What's really good, world? It's your media Arts Specialist D.Bail in the building with one of the hottest producers on the East Coast. Man, fact, man, let's just say international, worldwide. Goes by the name of Young Roc. He's now with Cobblestone Multimedia. And you know, today we're going to be talking to the brother about how he made his moves, how he made his transitions into the young, promising musician that he is today. Alright, stay tuned. GrustleMedia.com. Alright, world. So we back here with Young Roc, you know what I'm saying? And I want to talk to you, my brother, because you're one of the most promising young musicians. And I say musician because you're more than just a producer, man. Yes, tell us about, you know, your early beginnings, because I know that you were natural on certain instruments as you was coming up, man. Where did your love for the art come from, man?
Basically, I was trained to be a musician from a young age. All my family is in arts and culture and stuff like that, especially for the city of Newark. So basically, I started early playing guitar, piano.
Right.
At an early age, and then I grew out of that and started trying my hand at the guitar, and later on the drums, and started incorporating that all into the music that we produce too down at Cobblestone.
Okay. Now, what was like one of the first projects that you worked on? How old were you, and what was the inspiration behind you doing that?
Oh wow! The first project, one of my earliest projects was for Rutgers Knights football.
Okay.
And we tried our hand at doing some theme music for football, and actually we landed a song called "Are You Ready?" and chanted at this stadium still to this day.
Wow.
So, "Are you ready?" You know. So that was one of the earliest projects.
Now you're also into doing like themes for like movies, as well as reality television, as well as a whole bunch of other assortments. How did you get into that, man? Because you know placements are very, very hard to get.
Yeah.
What was it about your personality and your talent that opened up some of those doors for you, man?
Well, basically, I started doing a bunch of beat battles.
Okay.
And we were doing beat battles. I started meeting certain contacts and getting information, and I actually met a young lady, Nicole Sanzio, from Indigenous Music,
okay,
who actually started me really getting into film and television placements.
Okay. Wow, man, that's huge. Now, what currently have you placed for the people out there so they can open their ears to hear some of the Young Roc's exclusives?
With the last year we just placed with for the TV show, Showtime TV show, Ray Donovan.
Wow.
And the project before that, Give Me Shelter, starring Vanessa Hudgens, Brendan Fraser, Rosario Dawson. That was in theater earlier this year.
Now, how did you link up with Cobblestone Multimedia, man? What was the connection there? How did you link up with Bones? Like, how did all of this come together to create a huge powerhouse out of Newark, New Jersey, man?
It's funny because I actually ran into Cobblestone used to be Cobblestone Records back in the day.
Okay.
And they had a studio that was right around the corner from where I lived at. So I went in there with my little resume and a couple of little beats I had. It didn't work out at first, but I came back a few months later, and I actually met Bone there.
Right.
And they actually signed me onto the team, and I started doing beats for the artists that they had there. But we all grew together into a multimedia company later on.
Now, one of the most interesting things that I like about Cobblestone is there also like an educational component. Can you explain to our listeners and to our viewers a little bit about the educational side of Cobblestone and how you were interacting with that?
All right. Basically, Cobblestone Multimedia also has ran courses too for kids from Juvenile Justice Committee, Rutgers Team Gateway. We have internships that come through our studios and earn credits for school. So that's just another aspect,
right,
of trying to at least give back as much as we can too.
Yeah. Especially in New Jersey, you know, it's well needed, man. Hudson County, Union County, you know, a lot of brothers and sisters are going through the struggle. There's also a lot of inspiring rappers, actors, poets, as well as producers and beat makers, man. What kind of advice would you give to somebody that's just coming into this game, somebody that's young, that's just having, you know, kind of like seeing how things are on television and hearing things on the radio? People get a certain perception of the industry being all glittery gold, man. What kind of real talk advice would you give somebody like that?
I would say, and it probably sounds a little cliche, but like never give up.
Yeah.
And find your own lane, because once you find your own lane, if you don't try to do what other people are doing, it just seems to run a lot smoother when it happens like that. Everybody wants to do this, or wants to go south, or wants to go this. But if you do your own thing and you meet the right people, real, honest relationships with people, you go a lot farther that way.
Okay. Now, what type of artists do you like working with, man? Like, if somebody wanted to come to you, approach you for production, how does that work, man? Do you work with only a specific type of artist, a certain kind of lane? Like, where do you go as far as like picking up talent?
I work with all types of artists. I work with people from South Africa to gospel to every lane if possible. Even like I think the only thing I haven't done is like country.
Okay.
But even Russian, dealt with Russian artists and all types of stuff. So, because you never know what can happen with these artists. Everybody is trying to come up, so you know, you never know.
Cool. Now, what's the best way for people to get in contact with you, man, if they want to do some business with you?
Oh, definitely on my website, www.youngrocmusic.com, youngrocmusic.com.
Okay. And where did Young Roc come from?
Oh, I had that name. Actually originally my nickname is Rocky. I had that before I had my real name.
Okay.
So as I turned 16, so everybody young, yeah, you still young, and then Young Roc is just kind of stuck.
Right. I wanted to talk a little bit about Newark, New Jersey, man. It's a lot going on out there, man. A lot of the youth is lost, man. Like, what do you think of some of the things, some of the initiatives as, us working in the industry? What can we do, man? Because, like, I want to be able to show people this, not just people that are aspiring to be producers, but I also want to show this to people that are already in big positions. And sometimes they come to me and they say, Doug, you do a lot of work with the youth. What can we do? We got the money, we got the resources. What help does Newark need to rise back to a prominent state, man?
That's a very complex question because Newark does have the outlets for people, but I think it really it stems from parenting. That's mainly the thing. We got music programs, we have music pack, we have this, we have that, we have arts, culture all throughout the city.
Right.
But it starts at home, and we can't reach. You know what I mean? You can't go into the houses and tell them, how to teach the children.
That's what it is. What kind of outlets, do you think that people can provide other than just the things that you just mentioned? Like, you know what I'm saying? You got a new mayor in Newark right now. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of outlets can we provide to help? We can't save everybody, but we can save a good amount of people, man. How do we pull people off the streets, man?
I don't know.
Deep, right?
That's a deep one.
Yeah,
a deep one. That's a deep one. And it's hard to try to maintain, everybody has their own goals.
Yeah.
It's hard to maintain your goals and help someone with theirs if they don't want it. You know what I mean? If they don't want it as bad as you, that's on them.
That's on them. What are you currently working on right now that people should be on the lookout for?
It's interesting. We might be, I can't really say for what, but we're going to be leaving me, a songwriter, a friend of mine, Grustle, DJ J Hood, Young Bonez, which is the artist I produce the music with the television for. We all going to be going down to Atlanta to go work on another project, artist. So,
That's crazy, man. So I'm sure we get the exclusive update, from Young Roc, Young Bonez officially once they hit the ATL and give Grustle Media that exclusive, man. I want to give a big shout out to my man behind the camera, A-Lots, aka Lots Vision. Thank you for hooking this up, man. We live in EO right now. You want to leave our people with any final words with Grustle Media, man?
I want to give a shout out to Cobblestone, Multimedia, and Digi Music. Rick the Bro,
shout out to DJs all day, every day.
Yes, photography. Big Bell photography.
That's everybody, that's everything. You know what I'm saying? This is Young Roc. Like I said, he's not just a beat maker. This man is a musician, internationally known, internationally respected. Newark, New Jersey's finest. I go by the name of D.Bail, your media arts specialist. You can check out this interview and much more exclusive content on GrustleMedia.com. And make sure you follow the Twitter at Grustle TV. We'll holler back at y'all. You're going to get an exclusive update once they come back from the A. Get the whole Cobblestone family in the building. You heard? Holla at us. Peace and love.
Grustle.
Like Nine said the world was mine, so I gripped the 9-handle with a pearl design. Yo, I signature sign a rhyme on your miniature mind, then recline when the liquor combined.